new, apply new, I can't talk. I find that still can't talk. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and no real particular theme this week. We did go out of town last weekend, so I do have a travel favorite, or technically I guess 2 travel favorites, and I have like a fun sparkly favorite and a really good lip combo that I was loving. So just some randoms, but some fun things. So let's get to it. So first thing I took when I was traveling is this palette. Again, this is the It Cosmetics It Girl Beauty Book. This is from QVC. This is just ideal for travel, so I had to bring it with me. I love travel makeup. I think that's like part of the fun of traveling, is like bringing out all my like little travel-y things and, you know, small makeup, and then also like compact sort of things. So this is what I brought, one of the things, and I love it. Like, I think the eyeshadows are really nice, that they blend really well. I did use some of the lip products while I was gone. I used a couple of them and really enjoyed them. I used Kisses and Fairy Tale. I'll show you quick little swatches of those, both like pretty kind of pinky colors. So this one is Kisses and this one is Fairy Tale. So Kisses is kind of like a really pretty bright pink, and Fairy Tale is kind of like a purpley, muted pink. Really, really pretty. So yeah, I used the Bye Bye Pores Press when I was gone. I did not use the concealers. I like the Bye Bye Under Eye, but it's just a very thick concealer. So, whoa, I'm about to drop everything. So it's not my go-to, whoa. It's not my go-to concealer, but I do use it sometimes. I just find I have to kind of like tweak my application. So I just have other ones that I use more often. So anyway, didn't use that, but I used a lot of the other goodies in here. Another travel palette that I brought with me that I really, really like is the Balms in the Balm of Your Hand Volume 2 palette. It's super cute. Like, I like the little vintagey looking packaging to it. And several of these I have like in full size, but it basically like takes favorite products and kind of like puts them into one palette. So you get some really great products all in one palette. So it's an ideal little palette. So I do have this on today, and I have Meet Matador and also the bronzer in my crease. And then I have a little bit of this in my outer corner and a little bit of this. And then I have a little pop of this blush on my cheeks, but then I have another blush mainly. So I just have a little tiny bit of that popped on just the apples of my cheeks. But yeah, this is an awesome palette. Like, these eyeshadows blend really well. They wear very well. I really do like the bronzer. I do have the bronzer on today. It's probably I kind of like touched up a little bit, so I didn't reapply my bronzer. So you might not be seeing as much of the bronzer, but it's just a very neutral, nice palette. So I feel like it's a good one to bring with you, that you can do smoky eyes, you can do everyday eyes. You just got options. You can use the Mary Luminizer in there on your lids, or use it as your highlighter, which is an amazing highlighter. It's so pretty. So yeah, one day I used this one and this one, like kind of smudged along my lash line. Really liked that. I thought that was pretty. And one thing I noticed this week, my nose itches. One thing that I noticed this week is these two, I wore them. These wear like iron. And they're not even labeled like in-stain. Like, this one is one of the in-stains, but this one's just like a regular blush from them, but it wears so well. Like, it almost seems like it stains the cheeks. So super impressed with that. Again, I love the packaging, and it's just a really nice travel palette. I have been on a major ColourPop kick lately. I keep going to their website, I keep stalking their Instagram, and like thinking about my next order. I don't know why I'm on a kick right now, but I totally am. And I brought this with me and loved it. Wore it several other times this week. This is the Super Shock Shadow in 3. I've had this one for a while, but it's one of my favorites. This is what I have on my lids today. And this is just like sparkly goodness. I mean, sparkly goodness. It's like a taupey, chocolatey, sparkly color. It is pretty. And it's one of those colors you can put on your lid and then just blend up with your bronzer, and you have a gorgeous eye look. Super easy, but looks like you spent a lot more time on it. It just has that like sparkle that catches the light, but then that beautiful like taupey chocolatey base to it. It's so pretty. So I have it on today. I like to apply it with my fingers and kind of blend, because I find when you do that, that kind of like brings out more of the sparkle, like kind of as you blend it. I don't really know if you're gonna be able to see like in a swatch, but something about doing that, I feel like just kind of, well, maybe you can see it there. It just intensifies that sparkle to it. Ooh, so pretty. So the thing right now that I'm obsessing over, but I haven't purchased it yet, but I keep obsessing over it, is the Dusk Till Dawn set. It's like a set of 6 Super Shock shadows. If you have that, let me know your thoughts on it, because I'm just gonna clean off my hand while we're chatting, because I just keep looking up swatches and it looks so duochromy and beautiful and sparkly. I don't need it at all. But anyway, that's what I've been eyeing. For blush this week, I did use the one in the It Girl Beauty book. I also used a couple of the ones from the Balm palette, but then also I wore this blush this week. This is the one that I have on today, and then a little pop of the blush from the Balm palette. But this is Mally's Effortlessly Airbrushed Blush in Pretty Pink. So this is like the majority of the blush that I'm wearing. And this is so cute, and I don't even know what it says. I think it just, oh, it says Mally, XOX. I love her. Like, I started to watch her a lot more on Snapchat and Instagram. She just seems so sweet and positive, and just I really admire people that are just a positive, encouraging light in the beauty community. And she seems like one of those people. So I am really loving following her on Instagram. Her posts are just like, her pictures she posts are so encouraging. So, and she's a fellow sister in Christ. So she is just encouraging to me. So I love following her. So anyway, I was loving this blush. Let's talk about the blush. It's a beautiful kind of like medium toned pink, a really nice kind of like right in the middle pink. It's just a great classic pink blush. And I feel like it looks a lot scarier in the pan than it really is. Like, I got this in a set from QVC. It came with this, a gloss, and a brush, like a 2-sided brush. I tried the brush and I found that it looked a little patchy with that brush. And I was wondering if it was the blush. I don't feel like it's the blush. I think it's the brush. So I tried it with a different brush, like my It Cosmetics, the like boutique blush brush. And then it was like totally fine. Blended like a dream. It wears really well. And I feel like it's just this beautiful formula that is really buildable. So I do think you need to use the right brush with it. I think that's true across the board with really any makeup product. I think a brush can really make it or break it. And maybe it was my application technique that I just needed to tweak. But I found that I like this blush better with a different brush from that set. So anyway, it's a pretty blush. But honestly, I went with that set because it was like basically the price of the blush almost by itself, and then you got the brush and also the lip gloss with it. So that's why I got the set. So I do still think the set is a good deal, because at least you get the gloss and, you know, maybe you can use the brush in a different way. I'm babbling a lot, but I would just say I would use a nice soft brush, a nice soft brush to apply this, because I think it really diffuses the color and just gives this beautiful, girly, youthful pink cheek. Woo-wee, I was digging this highlighter this week. This is so beautiful and icy and amazing. This is OFRA and Nikki Tutorials Glazed Donut. Oh my goodness. If you have been on the search for a really light highlight, a lot of times there's light champagne highlights, there's a lot of golden highlights, even pinky highlights, but sometimes it's really hard to find like an icy white highlight. This is it. It is an icy white highlight. Now it is, I mean, it's very light, so, you know, depending on your skin tone is gonna depend on, you know, how you might be able to use it. Like, I think this is best suited for a cheek highlight for light to very porcelain complexions. If you have deeper skin tones, you could use this as an eyeshadow, inner corner highlight, or really whatever you want to do with it. There are no makeup rules, but as a general rule, I think this would be best suited for fairer complexions, because it's that like super icy color. Oh my goodness, I mean, look at it. I don't need to do another layer here. Like, there it is, but I'm just gonna add another layer so you can see even more of the gorgeous icy goodness. Oh my gosh. It's like metallic-y looking and intense, but I just love that it's like icy, and it's almost like silvery icy. If anything, it's like erring on the side of being silvery versus golden. It's just amazing. I love the OFRA highlighters. I'm obsessed with them. I use them all the time. I have like, and sometimes people ask me if I'll do a makeup collection, and that's not my bag. And also, my makeup's kind of like spread out everywhere, but I'm going off on a tangent. But my point is, I have a little limited space, like right where I sit to do my makeup. And my OFRA highlighters get that prominent space, like right where I can reach them because I use them so often. So yeah, just saying, that's how much I love them. They get the prime real estate right where I'm doing my makeup. And this is one of my favorite shades from them. And then lastly, my lip favorites for the week. I was loving these individually and then also together, like I'm wearing them right now. I feel like these are like the perfect pairing, and really the perfect pair to keep in your purse because, like I said, they're gorgeous individually, but then they make a really beautiful combo by themselves. These are both from OFRA. This is Nude Potion, and this one is Duchess. I feel like these were both part of Nikki's collection. I think this was part of one collection, and this was part of another collection, but I think that they were both part of collaborations with Nikki. Nude Potion is like my favorite nude, like in my top several favorite nude lippies. This is just a gorgeous, like pinky sort of a nude. It's so pretty. And then Duchess is like, you can see it on the outsides of my lips. Duchess is like a, oh man, how would I describe this? Kind of a mauvey color. A mauvey mauve. It's just kind of like that muted rosy mauve. I don't know why I'm working so hard on this swatch, but I really like, I'm working at it for some reason. I think I got it to the place where I like it. So there is Nude Potion, there is Duchess, and here you can see them on my lips together. So together you get this really beautiful ombre sort of a lip, and they just work well together. So I found that the easiest way to do the ombre is to apply Duchess first, kind of basically around the outsides of the lips, but then bring it in a little bit, and then before that fully dries, apply Nude Potion, and then they kind of like meld together as you kind of press your lips together, and you can use your fingers to sort of blend, but just beautiful. Again, gorgeous individually, beautiful together. They do kind of do that line, especially since Nude Potion is a pretty light color. It can do that line, but I did find that still can't talk. Is that when I wore Duchess by itself, I didn't notice as much of that line. I think because it's closer to my natural lip color. So anyway, and really liquid lipsticks do that line, you know, their not their line. But I find that the OFRA ones generally don't do that as much unless it's a really dark color or a pretty light color. So I do find that I kind of have to check for that line a little bit when wearing this one, but I don't mind because I love the color of it so much. All right guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below what you were loving this week or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.